This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel.
Coming up this half hour from Bastrop, Louisiana at the Morehouse Country Club, a push to the end. Who will win the first of our Coca-Cola Classic Series? We'll meet some of Bastrop's important town people and, of course, another page in our Hooters Tour scrapbook, all coming up next.
Hi, I'm Stacy from the Birmingham Hooters. Don't go away, we'll be right back for more hot golf action from the Hooters Coca-Cola Classic.
Girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best, naturally.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of This Week on the Hooters Tour. This week, Kim, of course, we're right here in Bastrop, Louisiana, where I think they invented Southern hospitality, if you will. This is the first in three, the Coca-Cola Classic Series. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Briel. Lee, this is our second stop here at Morehouse Country Club in Bastrop. And if you remember last year, Jimmy Green was the champion. I think he shot 14 under par on this course. And he's not here this year, but the pro that came in second was Mike Swartz. And before the week is out, you're going to feel his presence on the leaderboard.
Certainly are. We're getting just a bit ahead of ourselves. So speaking of that leaderboard, it's crowded by Sunday. It was crowded for our qualifying on Monday, and the guy that shot the low number there to get into the field was Joe Lloyd. There were a bunch of guys at 72 and 73, so all those were the magic numbers, but one of those guys out of that qualifier, he's also going to be on that packed leaderboard.
Lee, Monday through Wednesday almost equaled Thursday through Sunday for fun and excitement. Watch this.
Monday night kicks off the social activities, and what better place than the Harrah's Casino at Vicksburg, Mississippi, where our hosts are Gail Billingsley and Danny Bass. 2 busloads of players and staff make the 1-hour trip from Bastrop for the great hospitality.
Tuesday, and the Hibernian National Bank Shootout comes down to the final hole with David Smith and Jeff Thorson at the 9th green. Both players are going to par the hole, and that means a chip-off's going to decide the $400 first prize. Smith, he'll get it close, but not close enough. Thorson's going to get his first win of any kind on the Hooters Tour, as his chip will get closer. Henry Bridges made the presentation.
Tuesday night, and we move to a crowded Civic Center, and the Premier Bank is an excellent host for the crowd of almost 400. The amateur partners meet the pros, and again, the hospitality of Bastrop shines through.
Wednesday, and the Harrah's Pro-Am has the largest field of the year. The players are going to tee off in the early morning and in the early afternoon. More than 40 teams are chasing after some great prizes. There is an A division and a B division, and the winners are going to claim the spoils. The Pro-Am is a huge success.
The long drive competition features some huge hitters, and a little guy from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Ray Franz, will hit a big drive into the wind. 308 yards to claim the Regency Motors check for $200. David Mobley of Charlotte is second, just a couple of feet less than Raymond. The scene is now set for the 168 players to take on the Morehouse Country Club that is a par 72 and measures almost 6,800 yards. The head pro at Morehouse Country Club is Marvin Gray, and he's going to take just a moment to walk us through a traditional style golf course.
I'm Marvin Gray, the head golf professional at Morehouse Country Club in Bastrop, Louisiana. This week we host the Hooters Tour. They will be playing a golf course. It was first built, well, the first 9 was built back in the 20s and then later added on to in the 60s. It's a traditional style golf course with smaller greens and tight landing areas and will require a lot of accurate golf shots. The more difficult holes start on when the player makes the turn. On number 10, par 3, about 185, 190 yards. Small green, well bunkered, very sloped, crown green. Then, of course, the player's work has just begun there. When he gets around to number 15, that's what we call our amen corner. Number 15 is a slight dogleg left with a tight driving area and a crown green again. Then number 16, a little dogleg right. Then 17, the most difficult hole on the golf course. And then number 18, a picturesque par 4, slight dogleg right that finishes right by the clubhouse. So the players will enjoy a pretty older style golf course this week with a difficult back 9.
Well, when we come back, we're going to take you through the first 2 exciting rounds of action here at the Coca-Cola Classic Series. Also, we're going to take 1 to meet 5. And talking about meeting, you're going to meet a great community here in Louisiana. All that's coming up.
Heading into Thursday, the key word is going to have to be patient. The greens are small, they're crowned, and they're hard.
One of the names making big news on the first day is local favorite Albert Cruz of Homer, Louisiana. At the 7th hole, the cross-handed playing Cruz is going to demonstrate his ability with the putter. He'll make a 3 at the par 4 hole. Albert got in the field through the Monday qualifier, and his score at day's end is going to be a fine 5 under par 67. In the threesome with Albert is Sean McKeel of Cordova, Tennessee. Sean was on the PGA Tour last year. Here at the 8th hole, Sean's going to pick up a routine par. His score is going to hold at 1 under 71 after the first 18 holes. The third member of the threesome is the Gutty kid from Minnesota, Pat McCormick. Pat, he's in through the Monday qualifier. He'll get his 4 at the tricky par 4 9th hole, but he's going to finish with a 3 over 75. How about Brad Ott's approach and follow-up for a birdie 3 at the 11th hole? Brad, unfortunately, is going to not have a good day, and his 4 over 76 is going to put him in jeopardy of missing the cut. How about the great approach chips now that are going to lead to pars at the 7th hole of this 3? First, John Worrell of Douglas, Georgia. Now, it's Kyle Flinton of Tempe, Arizona. He'll get a good roll. Okay, Kyle. And finally, It's Gary Blevins from Farmington, New Mexico. For all of us, this is a great lesson in chipping. John's going to end with a 74 today. Gary, a 1 under 71, and Kyle, a 1 over 73. But again, our shot of the day, here's Brad Ott.
I was about 175 here down the right side of the fairway. I had a tree in my way, so I had to make about a 15-yard slice. It's perfect distance as far as the club selection, and ball just landed right there on the front and released right to the hole. It worked out really good.
Our first-round co-leaders are Chan Reeves of Atlanta and Mike Schwartz of Phoenix, Arizona. Both had 6 under 66s. Chan's recipe for his 66.
But I went ahead and got my ball onto the green and gave myself a putt at par. And today they happen to go in. You know, some days they won't go in, but today they happen to go in. And you know, that's what you got to do. You try not to make, you know, a double bogey.
Again, at the top of the leaderboard, Schwartz and Reeves. A shot back, Dennis Zinkon and Tim Cruikshank, along with Albert Cruz. Then, at 4 under 68, you got Perks and Biddick, Chris Reeve and Ricky Smallridge, the 94 Player of the Year, and Hank Smith. Bastrop, Louisiana is sort of a throwback kind of town. They built a paper mill here called the International Paper Company, and then the town grew up around it.
Bastrop, Louisiana is located just a few miles north of Monroe. Bastrop is home to the International Paper Company. In fact, the town really grew up around the plant. It's always been a mutual admiration society, jobs, security, putting back, caring, and growing, togetherness. Plant manager Mac McCarthy.
And, you know, we've won, I guess, the good graces, the admiration of the community, not really by what we say, but what we've demonstrated, what we've proven through the years. So people trust us, and we have, you know, a lot of need for the community. It's a two-way street.
The single biggest landowner in the whole Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana area is Georgia Pacific. And like the International Paper Company, they work hard to embrace both the people and their welfare.
So we run our plants and our facilities in ways that are environmentally sound. We make sure more trees grow than we cut. And we also try to become very actively involved in community activities such as this golf tournament.
And speaking of big caring companies, one of the largest Coca-Cola operations in the entire country is the Ouachita Coca-Cola bottling plant. And like International Paper and Georgia Pacific, bringing the Hooters Pro Golf Tour to the community is just one more way of saying thanks for making our products and services a daily part of your lives. There are 168 players here this week. Let's take just a moment to meet 5.
My name is John Bizik. I'm from Grove, Oklahoma, and I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
I'm Sean McKeel from Cordova, Tennessee, playing on the 1995 Hooters Golf Tour.
My name is Corey Bowman. I'm from Springfield, Missouri, and I play on the Hooters Jordan Tour.
Hi, my name is Tim Cruikshank. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I'm playing the Hooters Tour.
My name is Chris Winship. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I play on the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Now that's one of my favorite segments right there. Hopefully, before the year's over, you're going to meet your favorite player. Now, talking about players, Friday, there's some changes on the leaderboard. Let's check the highlights.
The Coca-Cola Classic in round 2 at Morehouse Country Club. We'll pick up some action at the par 5 14th hole with Dean Hires of Lake Wales, Florida. He'll pick up a birdie 4 and make the even par cut line. Trey Coker of Boise, Louisiana makes a birdie 4 here at the 8th hole. Coker shoots a 2 under par 70. He's in at 1 under for the tournament. Dave Schreier of Peachtree City, Georgia will play hole number 8 equally as well.
I am on number 8, which is my 17th hole for the day, and I'm even par for the tournament, and I know it's going to be around 1 or even par for make the cut. I needed a couple birdies, and I hit a 9-iron, and they're about 3 feet. I've had a couple unfortunate things happen to me the last couple of days, so I was looking forward to making this putt.
His birdie 4 helps him on his way to a 68, and he'll go into Saturday at -2. David McCampbell of St. Cloud, Florida, followed a first-round 72 with a 69. This birdie at 14 gets David in position for round 3. Andrew Morris and Stephen Larrick are both in at -3. Larrick of Blythewood, South Carolina, birdies 14 on his way to a 69. Morris of Needham, Massachusetts, fires a 4 under par 68. He as well birdies the 14th hole. Mike Schwartz of Phoenix, Arizona has been knocking hard, and hole 14 was a winner for him. He cards a birdie 4. Schwartz is in at -6. He's 3 back of the lead. Kent Jones of Carlsbad, New Mexico, had one of the low rounds of the day. He shoots 67 and is 2 back of our leaders at 7 under par. Ricky Smallridge also fired a 67. He's in at 135 or 9 under, along with Craig Perks of Lafayette, Louisiana. Again, looking at the 2-day leaderboard, Perks and Smallridge on top, Jones and Brian Cortan of Spearfish, South Dakota, 2 back, with Mike Schwartz, Ray Franz, and Albert Cruz in at 138. There are 5 at 5 under par. Still ahead on This Week on the Hooters Tour, we'll have the Jackaroo player profile when we turn the page in our Hooters Tour scrapbook. We'll also have the final 2 rounds of the Coca-Cola Classic here in Bastrop. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on Prime.
So many birdies, so many eagles. Hi, this is Stephanie with Birmingham Hooters. Coming up, we'll have final round highlights from the Hooters Coca-Cola Classic.
Next is Lady. Exceptional sheen. Oh, very good color. Prince. Hands. Oh, such stateliness, such majesty.
Larry! Larry!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The best of show? More?
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
Going to Saturday here at the Coca-Cola Classic Series, our leaders are Ricky Smallridge and Craig Perks, a couple of veterans.
Over half the field shot better than par in round 3 of the Coca-Cola Classic, and 17 players are within 6 shots of the lead. Albert Cruz of Homer, Louisiana started 3 back of the lead. He birdies number 1, moving to 7 under. His 69 today puts him in a tie for 6th at 9 under par. Tom Shaw of Texas moved to 6 under with this birdie at the first hole. Shaw will finish with a birdie at 18. He's at 9 under after posting a 68 today. Ricky Smallridge was tied for the lead after 36 holes. He birdies number 1, moving to 10 under par. He'll bogey 17 before this at the finishing hole.
I had 122 yards to the hole, and so I hit a good hard wedge and got up there about 12 feet below the hole, and I was, felt like I really wanted to birdie the last hole and to get in position for Sunday, and I had about 12 feet, had a little left to right break putt and up the hill, and I hit it firm and hit a good putt, and it went in, and which really helped my attitude going into Sunday.
Smallridge is in at 10 under par, 2 back of the lead. Ray Franz will also go into the final round, 2 back. Franz shot a 68 today and will be chasing 3 in front of him. One of those is Mike Schwartz. Schwartz started off with a birdie 4 at hole number 1. Another birdie on 9, which put him 3 under for the day, 9 under for the tournament. Schwartz will finish with a 67. And 1 back of Craig Perks and Javier Sanchez. Perks birdies 1 to move to 10 under. He'll come back 2 holes later and birdie the 3rd hole. Craig shoots 69 for a share of the lead at -12 with Javier Sanchez. Javier had the low round of the day, posting a 7 under par 65. A birdie at 1 got things rolling. Sanchez will birdie 17 to move to 7 under for the day and 12 under for the tournament and a share of the lead.
What I had on mind is just to play us all around, and
go out there and just have fun and, try to make some birdies. And because the course is not long, and if you don't make birdies, you're going to get way behind.
Sanchez and Perks share the lead at 204. Mike Schwartz is a stroke back with Franz and Smallridge in at 206. Tied for 6th is Andrew Morse, Albert Cruz, and Tom Shaw, all at -9. Craig Webb and Brian Cortan are 4 back at 208. Each week we turn a page in our Hooters Tour scrapbook. This week, the Jackaroo player profile is Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight of Argyle, Texas is not your typical Texan, not by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, he is the only member of the Hooters Tour who wears a 10-gallon hat to pairings parties. And yes, he does have a special silver spur that he carries as a good luck charm. But no, he does not stand 6'6" and weigh 250 pounds. But he can play golf. And at a tender age, he found help where most 6-year-olds get it.
My mom and dad would go out and play, and I would just go with them and start off with, plastic clubs and wiffle balls, and then progressed up to junior clubs. Just going out with them, on a Sunday afternoon or something and playing, hitting shots. And
by the time Brandon reached high school, it became apparent that he was a special player. By the time he reached his senior year at Denton High School, there were a couple of more special memories. Tell us about one, Brandon.
My senior year at regionals, my team didn't make it through district, so I was there by myself, so I had to finish 1st or 2nd to go to state. And Coach Bean was with me, and we birdied the last 3 or 4 holes to finish 2nd, and that got me into the state finals.
Then it was fulfillment of a dream to play big-time college golf. He heard from a lot of the big-name schools, including his dad's favorite, the University of Texas, but Texas didn't win, and Brandon's dad had to live with that.
So we talked about it, and just because the golf program that Oklahoma State had, we felt like that helped my game more than anything.
You didn't have to pack your clothes and leave because you didn't Texas to suit your dad, right?
No, he was upset that I crossed the Red River, but he knew that was probably my best interest.
For Brandon, there was another major highlight while still a teenager. There was a little trip to the finals of the U.S. Junior Amateur and a showdown with Jason Widener of Greensboro. Jason won, but a Sports Illustrated article commended Brandon for his class performance in the loss.
When they read the article and read what it had to say about me at the tournament, and the way I handled it, they liked that article a lot.
More recently, Brandon had a solid season in South Africa prior to joining the Hooters Tour in March. His 2nd place finish overseas had some strange overtones. He finished 2nd in the Swaziland Open, 2nd to his buddy since the age of 5, Brad Ott from Denton.
As soon as I got done, I signed my deal, and I watched how Brad was doing on the leaderboard, and I knew he was leading. And so I went back down to 18th green. I watched him come up, and he hit it 5 feet on the last hole, and he'd obviously won the tournament. And it was fun for him. You kind of look over what you did and enjoy. I mean, I grew up with Brad. Since we were 5 years old, we played, and that's the next best thing to winning it was seeing him win it.
Brandon Knight, very much his own man. Now, Sunday, one of the most exciting leaderboards that I've ever seen on this tour.
Teeing off into Sunday's final round, 12 players are within 5 strokes of our leaders, Sanchez and Perks. Javier Sanchez, looking for his first win on the Hooters Tour, lost 2 strokes to par before finding this birdie at hole number 8. Sanchez struggles a bit today. He'll birdie at number 12, but falls short, finishing in a tie for 11th. Ricky Smallridge started off with a hot putter. He birdied the first hole to move within a stroke of the lead, but 11 under par was the best Ricky could do today, and even par round of 72 has Ricky in a tie for 6th. Tom Shaw of Dallas, Texas birdies the 12th hole. Here, Shaw moves to within 2 for the day, 11 under for the tournament. Shaw shoots 70. He's going to finish in a tie for 4th. Brian Cortan picks up some ground. His birdies at hole number 8 gets Brian back to even, and then at the par 5 12th hole, Cortan moves to 9 under. He's going to shoot 69. He'll finish in a tie for 4th. 3 of our Hooters pros really fought for that $15,000 first place check. Mike Schwartz moved into a tie for the lead on number 1. Schwartz takes the lead with this birdie at the par 4 4th hole. He's now 13 under. After missing a short birdie putt at 15, Schwartz is going to birdie number 16. And he'll sink a long putt at 17 to move to 14 under par. Meanwhile, Andrew Morse had made an eagle at 12, knocking it within inches of a double eagle. He moves to 13 under par. Coming into 18, Morse had picked up one more birdie.
Yeah, I thought I had a one-shot lead coming in here, and I had 170 yards. I just trying to really put it on the middle of the green, and it just missed this tree. I was all set, and it did. And I was hoping it wouldn't bounce over the green because I hit it pretty good. But it came up there about 3.5 feet, straight in putt.
Andy will lip out that birdie attempt. Now, sitting at 14 under par, Morse had to wait on Schwartz, who needed just a par at 18 to tie. His putt won't drop, but he'll drop to 13 under par. One player left. Craig Perks, who with birdies at 8 and 12, gets within just one shot of the leader. Craig is 13 under coming to 18. He must make this chip to force a playoff. A great attempt, but he'll end up with a par and finish tied for second. One more look at that final leaderboard. Morse your winner by 1. Schwartz and Perks at 13 under, with Portan and Shaw 3 shots back.
Don't go away. We'll be right back here on Prime.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big taste from a big place.
We've had a terrific week here in Bastrop, Louisiana at Morehouse Country Club, and I hope everybody's enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I think when you come here, you think about hospitality, you think about great food, and you think about just a wonderful atmosphere to conduct a golf tournament. The Coca-Cola Classic Series, and this is the first of 3 here in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. We hope you've enjoyed it. As we leave you today, we want you to check out our Naturally Fresh Points Championship. Also, let's take a look at that money, which we all like money. Anyway, we have enjoyed having you with us. We hope you'll be back again next week right here on This Week on the Hooters Tour. So long, everybody.
We'll see you then. This Week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants, delightfully tacky yet unrefined. By Bud Light, it won't fill you up, never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. Naturally Fresh, preservative-free salad dressings, sauces, and dips. And Jackaroo barbecue sauce, big taste from a big place.